this is an absolute honor to be asked to contribute. I'm very proud to be a Black British poet alive. I'm very proud of the money we've raised and the way that we're organizing. And I'm very proud to be part of the poetry community in the UK that are responding to this, something that's just here. I'm gonna read some poems, they're new poems, and I'm reading them to grieve, but also to celebrate. My wife is currently in New Orleans, in the South. We've been separated since February. She can't get over here because of an immigration issue. So we've had the whole dealing with that, with the quarantine. I've been dealing with the Black Lives Matter, the death, the unjust death, and pain and suffering. I'm gonna read a poem that I wrote for Tabitha. Her name is, my wife who's watching. Hello, Tabitha, I love you. This is a poem I wrote for Tabitha while we were in New York together, and we went to an art gallery and we were looking at the Kerry May Ween's kitchen table photography series. You may know it. You can Google it quickly if you want to have a look at it, because it's a direct response to this painting, to this photography series. And this is me speaking to Tabitha, standing with you in an art gallery in New York in front of Kerry May Ween's kitchen photography series. And I was looking at you, looking at the woman in the center of the frame, sitting alone at the kitchen table, misty head, lost in a season of silver shits. And you went somewhere in yourself, the way both of us find it easy to do, find it so easy to love an object for where it takes you momentarily. Tabitha, I can say, it's not just that I want any photograph of your face on my wall. I want all gardens in us to burst into bloom. I want some photograph to take you to a place completely your own, even if I can't follow you through the walls of warm ghosts. Open all the art galleries right now. Have us all stand at a distance so thick you can throw your arms around it. Have us lurch over the white tape as the alarms trigger us towards the flow of people that have had us sat at a kitchen table with nothing in our hands except our heads. This next poem is also a new poem. It's got one of two titles. It's either called Heritage Test, or Even Other Mixed Race People Look at Me Like the Ghosts of Picasso's African Masks. And it's got a line from Drake in which he says, "Black excellence, but I guess when it comes to me, it's not the same." I was drawing myself as a blue hedgehog before I was drawing myself as Alex the Kid, before I started making friends with other mixed race boys in London with African names, Jeje, Eli, Dawit, all of us secretly needing each other's praise. Sometimes I just want to sit on Dad's lap again, watching Titanic while he yells, "White people are crazy," and tickles under my armpits while I squirm, laughing as a picture of Marcus Garvey stares from the wall. That's why I laugh now when Drake's line pulls me out of my body, pinning me to the wall. I won't spit in a bag. There's enough in me to be a blue hedgehog, or Alex the Kid, or my own portrait. This is a poem, a kind of broken gazelle. It's just called Brethren. I wrote it to one of my best friend, like my brother, like growing up. We don't speak anymore, but I love him wherever he is right now. I love him, and I hope this finds some way to him. Brethren, I was 12. You were 16, boyfriending my older sister, brethren. My music roots maneuvered you. This is sick, brethren. You taught me to rev road. I crashed your moped engine. You dusted me down. What's the damage, me brethren? An older boy at school missile his shoe at me, brethren. You frontline the gate despite your foot in a cast. Test him. Buoyed him up by his hood. Terrace, don't fuck with me, brethren. But Mr. Drinkwater thought you called him a bread bin. When your 3-year-old son swore at me, I got vexed, no blessing. You said, now tell me how to raise me, you're in my yard, brethren. Years later, you on road, bitter water between brethren. but time is short, and life is short, and breath is short. Brethren. This is a poem I wrote in response to Archie, to the royal baby, and it was more aligned with the language that went around, the media language that kind of surrounded him, and how every time we have a national event like this, it was just such an interesting catalyst to look at language around race and how illiterate England is still at talking about race, and how it's so used to just throwing black and brown people under the bus or hiding behind their bodies and not having a response and not learning or not developing anything. So every time we have this, a moment like this, the reaction is one that is just like children that don't know how to speak. And it's tiring. This poem is called Royal Blood Noise. While Archie rests, white blanketed in his mother's arms, we feast on his bloodline. Drums, fire, horns, Sun-Ra, Prophet, Orisha, Saint, Blake, Marley, rock, roll, coal, pressure, toots, zoot, high, moon, miles, mines, child, suit, ships, tide, salt, sky, sun, spade, spit, roast, holiday, castle, royal, Buckingham, gate, gold, grace, lost, found, stole, sold, swamp, rope, race, run, 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 run. Black is predominant, yell the Hotep signs on Oxford Street. One drop spit the southern segregationists, cure racism, bleed the open letters of liberals. Monkey, tweet the racists, swinging out the cages. Human zoo, counters the ghosts of abolitionists from Albany Park Cemetery. Cattle, whispers an aged Atlantic wind. One day in the shower, I look at my hands. They are my great, great, great grandfather's owners, worker, tobacco, coffee. My feet are the whitest sugar, and I don't know where to step or what I'm really holding when I sneak into my grandmother's bedroom, her jewels hanging by the mirror. All of this is what my great-great-grandfather would have thrown me overboard for, but does it matter? Does my blood have to make all this old century noise? I won't strain to hear who or what is at the bottom of the ocean, what ship will turn, sink, rot, burn my mouth when I speak reparation, my tongue tasting the iron bit, the River Nile, the Gulf Coast, the Thames, the Abeng horns. When I cry, what rhythm the crown? What is this sound erupting from the whitest black blood in the land? Thank you.